Hey there gang, it's Tom from EnduroWiki here. Want to talk to you guys about changing your power valve adjuster. There is a external power valve adjuster available from Beta. It replaces the hex screw that goes into your power valve adjuster, and we're going to show you how to change it out for a factory external adjuster. Okay, so what we're going to do from this point forward is we're going to take off the power valve adjuster assembly. All you need for this is a simple 8mm socket and a ratchet. What we're going to do is we're going to take off this bolt here and this bolt here. The entire assembly will slide out, and here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove both screws. We're going to be very careful when we do pull it out so as we don't drop the springs off the back. There is an inner spring and an outer spring on this one, and there is a top cap that goes on the back of it that's got a slot in it that goes into the, I guess it's like a centrifugal drive that the flywheel spins, it pushes out on the lever, and this is what actuates the power valve to move. We're going to be very careful though, because the spring will stay on the back if we tilt it down slightly. I'm going to pull it out, and there we go. Very simple. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take the power valve. We have the red spring on, as we can see here. What you want to do is you want to take it off, and you want to count how many turns you have till it is locked all the way out. So those would be counterclockwise turns. It looks like we have half and a quarter. So now we know we need to start with this one at half and a quarter from all the way out so that we have the same adjustments when we have it back together. So what we will do is we'll turn it clockwise until the adjuster is all the way out of this boot. They come with a seal, an O-ring already on it. Got a little bit of the extra oil, oil it up, place it through, turn it in. We are turning it counterclockwise until we are at the end of our limit. It's seated all the way at the bottom. So now we will go a quarter turn, and we'll go an entire full turn. And there we go. Now what we'll have is the power valve set roughly the same as the original was with the non-external adjuster, so you'll have a good starting point. Okay, now that we're ready to reinstall it back on the bike, we have the spring back on the assembly. We notice that we're going to want to keep the clip that's in the back of the spring horizontal, as close to horizontal as we can. Get the bolts pre-started, and we're going to try to put it back inside of there while keeping a feel for when it lands on the bar. You'll feel when it locks into there, then you just go. You thread the screws back, and you'll feel a little bit of tension pushing against that bar. Then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to torque those bolts down to 5 foot-pounds. And we're set. Last thing we generally do is we want to put torque check on every one of the bolts that we use. That way it's really easy to tell what did and didn't come loose. All right, forget this, it's dried out. That's how you change the power valve adjuster on your 2024 Beta 300RR Race Edition. Time to go out now, test it, ride it, and everything should be good to go. Basically, if you don't get that spring on there, it'll pull the spring down into the flywheel and basically trash the motor.